looked like he knew everything. Now, I'm sitting in class, and so the professor now gives a pop quiz. He gives a pop quiz, and we got 10 questions on the quiz. He's asking the 10 questions, and what we got to do is we got to sit down and write. Now, at this time, I had no type of theological training. I had no type of seminary expertise. At this time, I had no type of official training. All I had was a good Bible study class. That's all I had. And so the professor started asking all of these questions, and I was like, man, I know this from Bible study, man. I know this from studying, man. I know this because I was taking notes when Pastor was preaching. Watch this. So he got to question 5. I'll never forget it. He got to question 5, and he says, who was the first king of Israel? Well, I said, well, I know that. That's Saul. Let me write that down on my piece of paper. So it came time to turn the paper in. And so we had to pass it. And y'all pray for me now. I just told you that I had issues now. I just told you that the Lord was still working on me. But when it came time to pass them to the side, I could not help but look on my man paper that was sitting beside me. I couldn't help it, Bishop. It was just in me. So I looked at his paper because I was going to judge his answers by my answers, because in my mind he had all the questions right. And he passed me his paper, and I looked at question 5, the one that I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I had right. When I looked at question 5, this joker, can I say joker and still be saved? This joker had Hezekiah. I threw my head back and I said, what in the world? I've been sitting in this class now weeks, intimidated by this guy, and he don't know no more than what I know. From that point right there, I said I would never, ever let another person intimidate me. Now. I said all that to say it because in the text that we're reading today, I can understand how the woman of God played the background for a little while. I can understand how she let people shake her. Somebody said shake her. Watch this now, because if you were to read the totality of the entire chapter, there are people of prominence and people of importance that if they surrounded you, they would shake everybody. Now, you do have people of importance in the church. Your title, let me say this one time, your title does not mean that you are important. It's all okay. Your title does not mean that you are more than somebody else. Are y'all with me? So now watch this now, because as we begin to enter into the chapter, we are introduced to a couple of people that are important and would have made anybody nervous. If we read the text, we understand that the first person that we're introduced to is a lady by the name of Deborah. Now, Deborah comes with an impressive resume. She is the standard bearer for preaching women in a New Testament church. Deborah comes with an impressive resume because the Bible says that she dwelt under the tree of Deborah. Now, there is something in theology called implied biblical interpretation. What implied biblical interpretation is the ability to read the text and even though the text does not say it, you are able to glean what the text says from what the text is not saying. So now watch this. Implied biblical interpretation teaches us that the Bible says that Deborah dwelled under the tree of Deborah.